What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. So people have been suggesting since the very beginning of this channel for me to do landscape, turn the phone sideways. And I've always hesitated because to me, the camera's at the top of the phone, so when it's flipped up, it's dead on. But now the camera's over here. It's kind of doing an angle thing. I'm not sure. But you guys are the viewer. If you like it better, that's how I do it. Actually, I need to just, like I said, hook something up with a GoPro or get some sort of camera. Concentration Corner, is that his name? Concentration Center. Homeboy with the thumbnail, it's a white thumbnail, some red stuff. I get his name confused. Sorry, Homeboy. Even though we've been talking for a long time. He sent me a GoPro with all the fixings and everything. But it's just, dude, I'm not real good with tech, man. Just to be totally honest. So just like I said, the phone is so easy. Put the thumbnail on there and just do the phone. I would have, I'm sure once I start doing the GoPro, I'd be happy I did it. And stick with that. But I would have to just break ground, man. Break ground. So, that last story died. And I want to go ahead and just finish up that last story. Hopefully you've seen my last video. And let me just jump in there. And I have no notes, dude. Just totally freestyling. After this, I tell you guys a story that died. I'm just going to keep it going. Talk for as long as I can. Hopefully maybe I can keep it interesting. Be that as it may. So, someone told me a long time ago that if you quit smoking weed, you're going to start having a lot of dreams. Crazy dreams. And I've been quitting smoking weed. I no longer wake and bake. I don't smoke before I go to bed. I might smoke a little bit throughout the day, but I'm definitely detoxing and cutting down. It's not something you just want to do overnight. I'm smoking daily for a long time, so with anything, you just slowly start cutting off, tapering down. And I'm thin, I'm slim and trim like a bicycle rim, so I know as far as drug tests and marijuana, I could always flush that weed out in just a couple of weeks. So, I'm starting to quit smoking weed and I'm starting to get dreams. And I remember that someone told me that a long time ago, when you quit smoking weed, you start having a lot of dreams. When you smoke weed, you don't have dreams. Which is true. I found out it's true. Hey, I never have dreams. But since I started cutting down the pot, major dreams. And no, it's weird. They always end up with me being in jail, one way or another. County jail. And it's not a nightmare. It's just like, oh, damn, back in county again. I think it has to do with some sort of PTSD. Because I did damn near 15 years in the pen and not 15 years straight. I'm talking like the installment plan, the revolving door. In a year, out 4 months. In 6 months, out 3 months. In 8 months, out 2 months. In a year, out 1 month. Revolving door. And when I was out, I was running from the cops. Like, oh, I don't want to get caught. I don't want to get caught. I'm absconding. I'm breaking the law. I don't want to get caught. I don't want to get back. Go back. I do want to get my get back. I don't want to go back. And I always end up getting snatched up. Here I am in jail again. So that's why I think I have dreams. Like, damn, here I am in jail. And I'll be running from the cops. So, like I was saying, I'm having a problem with my toe. Finally have a doctor appointment, so I'm going to go to work. I know I cannot work 8 hours, be all down my foot with my toe acting up like this. So, I had a dream about my toe that I went to the doctor and they put on like this real big old boot. And I was like trying to talk to them to give me one for my right leg so that I could walk normal. Because I felt like if I just had that big ass or whatever they're trying to give me, I'd be, it wouldn't be right. I need one for the right foot. Like, no. Only for the left to fix that toe. So then I woke up like, that was crazy dream. But then I start thinking about something else I know about dreams. If you see a face, if you see something in your dream, it's because you've seen it before. Your brain cannot invent something. Trip on that. So if you dream and you see somebody, you've seen that person before. You've seen that face before. Maybe just real quick on a TV commercial, whatever. But your brain cannot invent something it's not seen. So if you dreamed it, you've seen it. So where did I see that big boot at? And I think I know why. And I didn't put a whole lot of gang of thought in this. Believe it or not, this all came together very quickly for me, relatively quickly. First thing in the morning with my morning coffee, like, damn, that's what happened. Trip on this, though. This is where I think I got the idea for the damn boot. In the 7th grade, they start calling some of us to the nurse's office, handful of us at a time. Want to check our spine. Pull back your shit up a little bit and like bend over and they check your spine. I don't want them like rubbing on me and checking on my spine. It looked very awkward and uncomfortable. I wasn't feeling it. But I thought if I told them there's nothing wrong with my spine, they'd say, well, we'll be the judge of that. So I thought I'd tell them, you know what? Don't even bother poking or prodding on me because my spine is indeed crooked. Just call me Chueco. It's like, it's doing a 90. It's tore up. My back's way crooked. Like, oh, really? Damn, shoot, okay. Can I go back to class? Yeah. And they wrote down crooked spine. Later, they call me in back to the nurse office a couple weeks later. And I see some, like, big contraption thing. They want to start measuring me because they want to put this big brace on me that's going to straighten my back. And it would go from, like, under my shoulders all the way down to here. And it was so thick and padded, I couldn't even drop my arms to my side all the way like this. Your arms would be up like this. And it's very, very awkward and uncomfortable. Like, I'm not wearing that thing. I was like, I'm not wearing that. Like, yeah, you have a crooked spine. I'll straighten it out. I was like, dude, it's the craziest thing. My spine straightened itself out. Like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah. I woke up in the morning and just in the process of stretching, it was like, brrr. I was like, now, my spine is so straight it hurts because I'm like always up like this now. Like, even when I sleep, I'm just like straight as arrow, man. I'm walking around just like, yeah, I got a stiff back. My spine is super straight. In fact, I wish it was a little bit on the crooked side. I wish I, knock a little curve in there. Because, yeah, don't trip on me. Like, my spine is super straight. Oh, we need to look. No one's looking. And I'm not wearing that thing. And no way. And they'd sent my dad a bill already. Like $400. He had to come up with this. He's like, what's this? I was like, something about crooked spine. They want to throw this big-ass thing on me. So then I think I dreamed up. I saw that in the boot version. My crazy toe. That's what I think happened. And that happened in 7th grade. You know what else happened in 7th grade? I got my first couple fights. Whoa, trip on that. Well, my mom has 10 brothers and sisters. I was raised, my mom, let me just go ahead and just tell you, you guys probably heard it before. My mom had a stillborn when I was 2. She's pregnant with my sister. She had a weird blood type. The doctor messed up, gave her a shot, ambio shot or something. It straight murked my sister and killed her. God rest in peace. Rest in peace. You're in the Lord's hands now. Killed her while she's in my mom's stomach, stillborn. So my mom carried her like 2 weeks, and she was passed away. And they kept my mom loaded on Valiums because she was like, well, she's not kicking. Like, what's going on? No, it's all right. Kept my mom loaded. Then they delivered, and she was like so out of it, and she woke up just pissed and went on a sick one. And she was raised in foster homes, but then she, so she has kind of like a rough past. But then she got married, had some kids, started to settle down. Then that happened, just on a sick one. Well, she has 10 brothers and sisters, and that's who raised me. That's who I lived with, and my grandma. My dad got married right away to some broad who said my dad could not come see me because if he seen me, he'd actually go see my mom. And she, wanted to avoid that. And he's like, no, I'm just my son. She's like, nope, I don't trust you. So I didn't see my dad for years and years. Like I said, raised by my aunts and uncles. And my mom sometimes. Then my mom met this dude, started to settle down, had a couple kids with him, got an apartment. Now I'm in the 7th grade, living with my mom in these apartments. And I'm on the bus going to school, and this girl named Anita. I remember being in the back of the bus, said she wanted to beat my ass. And I was like, thanks for the heads up. I'm going to move from the back of the bus to the front and hopefully get off on the next stop. I have no intention of fighting you, Anita. And I think it was over like a tape. I think thought I stole some tape or some shit, or maybe she was like singing the song and made fun of her. I don't know, but Anita said she could beat my ass. I was like, I don't think so, Anita. I ducked her, dodged her. Then I started ditching a lot of school. Not because of Anita, just because a friend I had, his mom, like, she wasn't there, so we were able to hang out at his house all day, play video games and shit. We'd all go and ditch. School contacted my mom, a lot of trouble. And then my dad divorced that woman who hated me, and he started trying to contact me, feeling guilty and stuff. So I called him. I just want to move in with you, because I knew I was in a lot of trouble with my mom. He came and swooped me up, boom, at Dad's house. Didn't have to get in trouble with my mom for moving her, for ditching out of school, and didn't have to face Anita. Anyway, so now I'm in my dad's house, in his apartments, and then I get in a couple fights. Back to back, my first fights ever. First one, this dude named Peter. Still remember his last name, starts with the A, Peter. This Mexican dude lived in the apartments. My dad, me and him walked to school together and hang out. And he was trying to say he was a barrio baker. But where the apartments was at was in the colonial neighborhood. Even me, a white dude in 7th grade, knew that, hey, bro, this neighborhood is part of the colonial. You're no way you can be barrio. You ever been in the barrio? Anyway, he claimed barrio. I was like, oh, whatever. And I went to church with him one night, like a kid's thing. And there's all other Hispanics there. And they're giving me shit for being white. Especially like a couple of the girls. Like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And then after that, some weird things with me and Peter just like quit being friends. And then it got pumped up to where we got into a fight after school. And I was kind of nervous about it. All the kids were watching. They all gathered around us. We went in this field. And I taxed that ass, dog. Knocked him down. Like, Victoria was winning. I was like, damn, I didn't expect, like, cool. Like, sweet. I didn't see that coming. Nice. Pretty much the first fight. Man, I should have did that to Anita, man. Damn. Then, later, I had this best friend named Bo. Before he was my best friend, because he lived down the street, and my dad knew his dad. So my dad would go hang out with his dad, and I'd see him. We're the same age. Hey, of course, we start hanging out. But he already had a best friend. So a dude who's a little bit like a Fruit Loop, and he was in a foster home. And he was like kind of trippy. I remember her glasses. And me and Bo started hanging out, and this dude didn't like it. He was like, he started feeling like there's a crowd. Bo was kicking the curb, hang out with me more. And so he got shitty with me a couple times. School in the morning. I said, let's go handle it. That's what they do. So we left the school grounds and walked across the street that field. And boom, I popped him. His glasses went flying off. Boom, boom, boom. Taxed his ass again. Dude, 2-0. What? In the 7th grade. Then I put the boxing gloves down. I didn't box too much. My dad ended up back with that broad. Nightmare for me. Her son, it bullied me hardcore. I had this room, my bedroom. You had to walk through my bedroom to get to his. His was big, decked out, stereo posters on the wall, had all kinds of shit. In my room, my bedroom door had to stay open all the time. and I couldn't put no posters, nothing up. It's this real weird environment, dude. They got me a basketball hoop, that basketball hoop for Christmas, but it can't hang it up. Oh, cool, thank you. Just prop it up in the corner. It was a weird environment. They'd fuck with me a lot. I ended up moving in with one of my aunts. And then what happened, how I started really getting crazy and getting wild, was I saw a 21 Jump Street. They had these skinheads on there. They had shaved heads and boots and like bomber flight jackets. And they're going around smashing, just kicking up dust. And I was like, yeah, that looks cool. Because I was, like 14 by now, and I was wanting to be like rebellious, man. I had a rebellious streak in me. And I just was like, wanting to really act up. Now that's cool. To put on some boots and kick up some dust, bro. And then not only that, I heard on the news at West High School, a local high school, skinheads there got in a big old fight, like a riot. These skinheads, I was like, what? They want to go to West High School. Like, who are these skinheads? What? But I didn't know anything about the racist side of it. They weren't saying that 21 Jump Street or the news. Is this these white kids wearing boots and shaved heads is kicking up dust? I was like, sign me up. I want boots and a shaved head to kick up dust. So then I moved back in with my dad and went to Highland High School. No skinheads there. I looked, but meet this dude named Roland. He was kind of a skinhead. He's like punk rock. He's what you call a mod. He liked The Cure, and he would dye his hair black, and he had combat boots. And he knew some skinheads and punk rockers. That's about as close as I was going to get. I started hanging out with him. I got some Doc Martens. I started listening to Smiths, hanging out with him. And like I said, he introduced me to some skinheads. I totally dropped out of school, became a runaway. Got crazy. Then I ended up going to jail for 6 months. I don't know why I said 16. 6 months for burglary. Because now I'm a runaway. And what's crazy about being a runaway, no one's really tripping. My dad really didn't care. Mom didn't care. It was like, And I remember it was my birthday and I was running away, and I called my dad and my mom each. It was like, can you put money on the mailbox? I come by and get it. Both of them were like, man. Like, here I am. I think I just turned 14. I'm a runaway. You ain't seen me in a couple of months. My birthday, I want a couple of dollars in the mailbox. And you're giving me shit. Be that as it may. So, I'm hanging out with these punk rockers and skinheads. All kinds of skinheads, too. The Nazi skins, sharp skins, which means skinheads against racial prejudice. Skinheads against racial prejudice. And they would fight constantly, the sharps, the Nazis. And then you have your traditionals. They have nothing to do with racial politics. It's just like a skinhead. And I knew all three groups, and I was like none of them. I'm like a punk rocker. And I was one of the few people in town that could do that, seamlessly go through all three groups. I think I was a lot younger than all of them, because they were fighting. So how they would be like, why were you hanging out with them? Dude, you must be one of them. Beat you up. They'd do that to other people. Me, I could like bounce around through all of them. But, so, I would run away a lot. And then what the fuck was I going to say? Oh, that Roland dude, man, end up getting, okay, me and this dude, Ronnie, ran away and did a bunch of crazy shit. Ronnie's mom called that dude Roland, who first brought me into the scene, asked, have you seen Ronnie? He's like, no, I haven't seen Ronnie, but he knew where Ronnie was. I think we were there. And his mom was all worried, and she told this skinhead dude, this traditional skinhead named Scott, like, damn, I can't find Ronnie. I called that dude Roland, but he said he didn't know where he was. Scott's like, he's at Roland's house. I just left there. Then Scott got mad. Roland lied to dude's mom. Went over there, boom, knocked all Roland out. And we were all kind of there, and we were kind of like more on Scott's side than Roland. So he got all butthurt. Couldn't really hang out with him no more. Got weird. So we ended up breaking into his house, stealing a DVD player and a VCR. Ate some brownies that his mom had just made, put on the counter. Stole the phone. And we had locked all the doors. We climbed through the bathroom window and locked all the doors. And his mom came home for work, for lunch. And couldn't get in. Because they didn't have a house key. They would just leave it unlocked. Couldn't get in. And we were like, And then we ended up ditching, hitchhiking, getting on a semi, wanted to go to Fresno, and ended up getting dropped off in some, I don't know, Hanford or some other town. I don't know, just walking around, called Bakersfield for help, and they said, yeah, we're on our way to help you. And sent the cops, and I just went to juvenile hall. And we getting jumped by what I can only assume was Northerners, because of breakfast time, because it was up north. Set this picnic table, and all Hispanics. I'm the only white dude, and I sit down, I eat, and after I eat, after burps, I burp, and blow in this dude's face across from me. And they all jump me. And I thought it was funny. I mean, you're a kid, that shit's cool, man. So then I went and I got caught for that burglary, like I said, and went and did 6 months KYF. One of the craziest things about KYF, we all did in there? Crocheted. I could crochet a sick-ass blanket, dude. You kidding me? With the crochet needle and the yarn? Dude, I get busy. Everyone in there crocheted. They just allowed it. They taught it. You can either have that in your cell, a plant, or one of those, like, basketball hoop things. And everyone had it, because think about it, how bomb and, like, how time-consuming that is. Better crossword. And you're making your family all these big blankets. I made all my brother, sister, mom, everyone blankets. Little doily things for the couch. Man, I never can make gloves, dude. Like, you really got to be bomb and cross-stitch and all that. But I can crochet like a mofo. Picture that, a bunch of, like, delinquents in jail crocheting. I still crochet to this day. I should do a video one day. How to crochet. I should start making blankets. Raffle off a blanket. You guys want a crochet blanket? So, did that as a May, man. When did that 6 months? Got out, was on a pretty strict, hardcore probation. They wouldn't even let me have Doc Martens. They're really strict on me going to school. One time I took the bus to school and got on the wrong bus. And so I came home late. They ended up taking me to jail. It was a weird-ass thing, man. So then I made it off that probation. And I just quit hanging out with the punk rockers, the skinheads. Kind of all like died out. This one of the last dudes I was hanging out with was named Steve. He's a traditional skinhead. I was good friends with him and his old lady, Sheila. But what this dude would do, I mentioned before in my videos, he liked to fight a lot. I mean, this dude could fight. He was a scrapper and he was a drunk, man. He would drink all the time. And I have bad experience with people drinking. This is like, it never turns out, man. So this fool was a drinker and he liked to fight. And he'd always tell me, Splinter, dude, I saw this dude at the gas station, man. He walked by and I walked up that motherfucker and I fucking pushed him. And he'd push me. And I'd be like, he's like, dude, because he wanted to show me what he did. But he'd really want to show me. I'm like, dude, I'm very good with the English language. Like, if you give me a description, homeboy, if you could use a few adjectives, maybe an adverb or two, just say, I walked by, you mean mug me, dude, I pushed him. You could say I pushed him hard. I'll get it, homeboy. If you explain it to me, dude, not only will I get it, I'll be interested. And I'll listen, and I'll love the story, homeboy. But as far as having to fucking show me what you did, no bueno. And, dude, he headbutted me. That was the last straw. He's like, man, I was playing soccer the other day. This dude got all close to me, and he had the ball right there, and I was like, bam! And he headbutted the shit out of me. It almost dropped me. I was like, fuck, dog. My eyes started bleeding. A goose egg. He don't even notice. He's still going on with the story. His old lady walks off, makes me a bag of ice. I put it on. He's like, you all right, dog? What happened? Oh, I don't know. Maybe he headbutt the fuck out of me. It's a hematoma, homeboy. Shit. So, I kicked that dude to the curb. And you know what it is? I started, and what's kind of funny is when I was a punk rocker and I was hanging out in that scene, one of our enemies was, we called them dirt heads. The people who like Metallica, Slayer, Iron Maiden. We'd go out cruising, and we'd see dudes with long hair and jean jackets and like Iron Maiden patches. We'd get out and chase them down and want to fight them. Me and this one dude named Zach tripped out on this dude named Zach, this skinhead I used to kick it with. He was actually a sharp skinhead against racial prejudice. He's one of my buddies, though. Had a big old bag of weed. That dude, Zach, now on the board of trustees, like Kern County supervisor. Like, you'll be in Bakersfield, turn on the news, and there'll be 5 people up there wearing suits, like at a table, voting on, like, water rights and shit. He's one of them. He's, like, on the board, trustees or some shit. Like, high power shit. Government office. Kern County's a trip. He's the first guy I ever did acid with. I was staying at his pad, this dude, Zach, and crashed out. We've been smoking weed and drinking all day. Said, dude, try this. Gave me some acid, and I fell asleep. And I just woke up and an hour later just hallucinating and all crazy. Because, of course, acid is going to wake you up. You can't take and go to sleep. Bro, trip out to these. Anyway, him and I were cruising around. We're going to go back to his pad. We need some rolling papers. We go to a store by my house. That thing's going to, I don't know. And seen some dirt heads. And they started some shit with us. There's like 5 of them. And I can't remember. We weren't really in the mood to confront. Like, they didn't chase us. We didn't chase them. It's like talking shit. Like, some shit. I can't really remember the confrontation. There might have been some punches blown. But I remember we were way outnumbered. And it's like, let's get out of here, Zach. We split. And I see him at school. And it had just been my birthday. I think I just turned 16. For my birthday, I got some Joe Hawkins, 7 eyelet, steel-toed, double yellow stitching Doc Martens. I had those motherfuckers, and I started kicking them, dude. Because I seen one of the dirt heads in the bathroom. So I just kicked him. Boom, boom. You want to mess with me, my homeboy Zach? Boom, boom, boom. Kicked him. He took off running. Then they called me to the office. Because he went and said that some punk rocker skinhead type with boots kicked him. And I was the only one like that in the school. So the school cop called me, thinking, was going to ask me, do you know of any dudes that might have come and did this? And I was like, I was the one that did that. Because I thought he knew. Until he told him myself. I learned a lot there. He was just asking me, some of the homeboys that I know about, he would come here and show up to the school. Was like expecting anybody, a ride or something, some dude with boots would do that. And I was like, no, it was me. Handcuffed my ass. Dad came and got me. And ended up getting dropped. It wasn't no thing. How many minutes do we got in this video, though, dude? What? 19? No more. No video is never going to be longer than 25 minutes. Because this fizzucking phone. Fizzucking's not a cuss word. Fizzucking is like a duck from Finland. This fizzucking phone, brother, it dies at 25 minutes. And I'm just sick of the stories dying, man. So I was going to, like, just go until it died. But then I'd be coming back with, like, part 2s every day. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. So, I'm going to stop it at 25 minutes. Let me know how you feel about the phone. I feel like I need to whistle, though. How about a shirt, though? What's up with the shirt, though? You feeling it? Grab yourself a shirt. They're large. And it could be extra large, too. Like, if you're extra large, just grab it and, like, stretch it. Grab it at one end and grab this end, like, stretch it. And you got yourself an extra large. So, hit me up for a shirt. What else can we talk about? I don't know, man. Oh, how about this, man? I know I've told a story before, but I feel like just launching into it because I was telling you how I ran away a lot. And I always had in the back of my head 1-800 runaway hotline because I know you can call that if you're like under 18 and you can be like, I'm over here. I ran away from here. And they'll get you a ticket and get you home. No questions asked. 1-800 runaway hotline. So I'd also keep that in my mind, but I never really had to use it. But then, dude, I didn't finish my story. We didn't like the dirt heads. When I was punk rocker skinhead scene, we always go chase them down. When I quit hanging out with the punk rocker skinheads, I thought it'd be a reverse to grow my hair and be a dirt head. I thought, how funny. I was chasing those dudes down, fighting them all the time with my shaved head, combat boots, listening to punk rock. You know, let's get the dirt heads. Now I'm burned out because of Steve. He's like wanting to show me how he fights. Some of the other dudes stabbed me in the back. It was no bueno. I couldn't trust some of those dudes no more. I needed a new scene, needed a new group. Dirt head on mine. Let's grow my hair out. Got a guitar, start playing, rocking Metallica. Went back to my neighborhood where I was born and raised. Started hanging out with my childhood friends from Rex and Acres, which actually turned out were dirt heads. Couldn't be any better. Anyway, I cut myself off, and I forgot where I was going. But should probably end this video pretty soon. Oh, Metallica, dude. Big Metallica fan. Had tickets. Was gonna ride with these people. They're playing with fucking Motorhead and Guns N' Roses. I couldn't wait to go. They informed me at the very last minute, can't take you. I was like, what? Not enough room. Like, damn. This dude that my cousin, because my cousin's a rapper, he's into the rapper, and she knows it. This is black dude, and Glenn is like a production guy of his rapper friend, says he's going to go to LA, like Compton, because the Metallica concert was at the Forum. He's like, dude, I'm going to Compton, hang out with my family for the weekend. I could drop you off, but can't give you a ride home. And I'll even kick you some weed. I was like, bet. Can't wait. Drop me off at the Metallica concert at the Forum. I'm still in high school, like junior high school. I'm 17 or something. I'll figure out a way to get home. 1-800 runaway hotline. I'm not even tripping. I am going to see Metallica, though. That's what I am going to do. So I get dropped off, dude. And I miss Motorhead. It's supposed to be Faith No More, but it's Motorhead. And then I see Metallica, dude. They open with Creeping Death. I was loving it. Kirk Hammett looked right at me. He's like, I was like, Kirk! It's awesome, brother. Then, after Metallica, Guns N' Roses came on. Sucked ass. They'd do a song, then a drum solo. While Axl went backstage and did drugs or whatever the fuck. My glasses, what's this thing telling me now? Anyway, I hate Guns N' Roses, and I start getting stressed out. How am I going to get home? Shit. So now I'm walking around like, oh my gosh, the Forum, 17. How am I going to get home? Bump into somebody. Oh, pardon me. And it was my friends. Imagine that. The ones who said they couldn't take me because the car was too crowded. They're like, oh, you made it? I got dropped off. You guys having a good time? Yeah, good show. I was like, all right, bye. Like, where are you going? I thought I got dropped off. I did. You want to ride home? Yeah. I'm waiting for you to offer. Come on, come with us. And who's this? Sam, too. Brad, Mindy. But you said it was crowded. What? You guys trying to get at each other or something? They're cousins. Maybe they want to freak off. I mean, forgive me for thinking that. What else am I supposed to think? You said it's crowded. It's a 2U. Speaking of 2, I remember we got 2 Big Macs for $2.22. That was the deal at the time. Scraped together our change. Went and got a motel and dropped me home. What? Cut the string, let it fly. Peace.